Hey everybody, good evening, and welcome to my review of Married at First Sight, Season 14, Episode 8. Thank you for coming and hanging with me and talking about the show. I really appreciate all support I've been getting so far, and I thank you so much for stopping by and engaging. So hit that like, thumbs up, thumbs down, leave a comment. You totally disagree with what I'm saying, let me know. I'm just happy that you're here and hanging out with me. So I hope that, like I said, you're happy, blessed, and loved. I'm definitely feeling better. I'm definitely on the mend. I have been on the screen, thank goodness, in the past few days. If you haven't checked it out, check out my live chat with TJ about dating apps, and lots of good information in there, and lots of funny jokes, and basically quotable quotes in that video. So I had a good time doing it, and we learned a lot together with my buddy TJ. I hope to be having more interesting chats with a very merry crew of characters as they come through. I actually just got banned from a podcast because they said I just started my channel and I haven't invited them, the Black Super Friends podcast. So I definitely need to bring somebody on while I'm in my ban. I guess I got to come up with a topic for us to talk about because they want to come over to my show. I've definitely been on there, so check out my appearances. It's in my playlist for podcast appearances. So I have made a couple of trips to different people's podcasts. Thank you for showing me love on there, In Perspective TV and the Black Super Friends podcast. All right. With that being said, let's get into Married at First Sight. This episode was a little and a lot at the same time. A lot of people's character flaws started showing. A lot of red flags. I mean, and then our favorite. Well, we got two Karens on here. Our most hated but favorite Karen, Lindsey, really showed her natural pink ass on this damn show this episode. So let me go ahead and jump into the notes because I want to get to the part where she showed her ass, and literally. And let's get to it. Episode 8 of season 14 of Married at First Sight. So the synopsis is, whether it's for better or for worse, the duos are getting to know each other, and one pair is grappling with the truth about their doomed union. I hope the hell they ain't trying to talk about Alyssa and Chris like this. Anyways, following the return from the honeymoon last week, most of the couples are settling into married life, with Olajuwon taking charge of the kitchen to cook breakfast for Katina. So mostly he was capping about her cooking all the time because he did take his mohawk wearing ass into the kitchen, and I appreciate you, Olajuwon, for that. I appreciate, because I love a man that can cook. Okay, so he's cooking breakfast for Katina. And then they flip over to Mark the Shark cleaning in the bathroom. I'm like, ooh, all the guys is putting in work. I think that's super sexy for a guy to be able to cook and clean. Because I can tell he's gonna support me when I'm having a rough day, and not vice versa. So Steve gets a gift for Sushi the dog, but is it really a gift for him? Because it's basically something that'll help him pick up the dog poop without using his hands. Then they flash over to Alyssa and her chihuahua faced ass. Okay, moving on. All right. Steve is making breakfast for Noi as she works remotely at home. And he's basically trying to pull his weight by supporting her despite his lack of employment at the moment. They sit down because he didn't know she had an issue with him not working a traditional job, a 9 to 5. And he emphasizes that he feels like he's responsible for himself. She keeps emphasizing security for her and the future kids. And he refuses to tell her his plan on how he's going to make sure they're secure. And he keeps harping on these savings. And everybody knows, especially when you lose out on it, if you're out of work, if you keep withdrawing from the savings, is going to get lower and lower. So where is the income coming in at? Does he have enough money that the money makes money itself? He won't tell. And I know for a fact that money problems in marriage are the worst. Living from paycheck to paycheck definitely puts a strain, and nobody feels all lovey-dovey when you think you might not have a damn place to stay. So, and I've seen theories online where they say Steve is probably a secret millionaire with a stash, and I'm like, Steve No Jobs might be a millionaire. Maybe he's on here trying to see if Noy actually wants him for him and not his money, but I highly doubt it. And I also don't like the fact that y'all gave Gil like dust, and I do think Gil was extra dusty. The dust storm was forming around his dusty ass, but y'all assuming that Steve No Jobs has money. I'm hating to say it might be some um race type situations going on. We see a black man not making money, he dusty, but you see a non-black man not making money and he must have a stash somewhere. Y'all gave him grace. I don't know. I don't want to believe y'all like that, but it's suspect. Anyways, Noy hasn't seen him make any moves, so she is on that ass. And I think he just need to show her his account or something so she could get comfortable. But he might, I mean, he's only known her a couple weeks, so he probably don't even feel comfortable doing that. Now, the couples take time apart from each other to reflect on their experiences with some of their friends and family. The first one up was Olajuwon, who consults one of his married friends, Jeff, about getting physical with Katina. Olajuwon's pal echoes what Pastor Cal said when he tells him to take things to the next level with his wife and not overthink anything. And I'm sorry, y'all, something is suspect. Just break my sis off. I bet you if you just break my sis off, she'll gladly get in that kitchen cooking tacos like Yvette from Baby Boy. If you just put it on her, sound effects, I'm telling you, she's gonna go crazy. Olajuwon says he's scared to hit it because it could change the relationship and turn into a hit it and quit it situation, which is what he's used to. So he's trying to get them to build a strong emotional foundation first. And his friend says he's never known Olajuwon to be scared to smash. So this is my theory. I think he's scared to show what he's working with, y'all. And because he thinks Katina may be disappointed, possibly for life. I'm thinking he's pulling that trick where they make you fall in love first, and then when you disappointed, like you give them a pass because you're in love when they're not. When they got the baby D. Lord have mercy. The friend asks if he sees any red flags for her, and he tells this story, and I'm like, child. He said Katina and her heavy wig went to the store for 2 hours and came back with bread and water. I'm thinking he's probably upset because he thinks she had a sneaky link, but she claimed that she doesn't know how to shop for two people. So it was pretty clear that he was upset for the amount of time that she was gone versus her going to the store and coming back with bread and water. And then what do you mean you don't know how to shop for two people? So when you just by yourself, you just get bread and water all the damn time? What is this? Alcatraz, damn jail. What do you mean? You don't eat real food? Like, what is really good going? What is going on? I'm confused, y'all. This show is off the chain. Okay, so we go to Mark, and Mark talks to a friend and says he really enjoys Lindsey's companionship, how she helps out with the doctor's appointments and help with his mom's treatment. But he also is complaining that he's not sure about Lindsey's social filter. She ain't got no damn filter. And he worries that he can't see herself toned down. And I'm like, you married a Karen, dude. You married a Karen. She don't know how to act. She's freaking entitled as hell. She feel like she owns the place. She lets her privilege show all the time. And her mouth is reckless. And on top of that, she likes to drink. And she knows it's the alcohol that sets her off. So he said it's going to be very hard for him to fall in love with someone like that. Yeah, I agree. Whatever. So Michael opens up to his sister about his struggles with Jasmina and the lack of communication, but she defends his new bride. I think the sister and Jasmina have built a really strong relationship, so at least if it don't work out, they got something out of it. And I also noticed that, y'all, Michael is a slow talker. If he sat there and was telling me a story that slow, and as y'all can see, I speak really fast, especially when I'm trying to get through something, I would be driven insane. They basically, the producers, shady producers, do a reel of the arguments that they had. They had the argument about whether she cut him off, all types of dumb arguments that they had. And everybody knows he stays lying all the time. And Jasmina don't play, and she got attitude. But the sister tells Michael that he can't hold Jasmina's on-guard behavior against her because she's just protecting herself from potentially being hurt by the marriage. So they both are hard-headed and get on my nerves. Okay. Instead of offering exciting updates on their marriage, Chris and Alyssa had to break the news of their divorce to families and friends. Okay, nobody cares, but I'm gonna get through it. Chris tells his mother over video call that he's upset at how things turned out, and Alyssa didn't try. We know she didn't. She kept trying him at every corner, making the producer sit in between. Well, first of all, she tried him at the wedding. She wouldn't sleep in the room. She took something his friend said and ran with it. Used that as an excuse not to sit next to him on the plane. She had a producer in between them. She went paddleboarding, but she wouldn't go swimming because she saw his dad bod and was like, no, we're not gonna get on the clowning of the teeth. When he tried to talk to her at lunch, she act like he did something to her and said, keep him away. I mean, I'm confused. Like, if somebody was that damn repulsed by me, we wouldn't even be having this damn conversation. I'd be hurt only because I'm like, dang, this chihuahua faced ass lady is really coming for me. I told y'all, anybody could quote me, Chris and Alyssa look just alike. The only difference is Alyssa went and got that grill fixed. Spent a lot of money, and dentistry is expensive. So I give her kudos for that. And then they showed all the clips of her walking away like I just went through. And then we have, and his mama said Alyssa just wanted to be on TV. I said that too. She wanted to be on TV and she wanted to be in that apartment because allegedly I feel like she homeless. Prove me wrong, whatever. Let me know in the comments. Chris had the nerve to say, I think we're done. And I'm like, what in the world? Think? This better be for TV, Chris. You can't be this damn slow. Anyways, mom basically lets him know that Alyssa's just trying to save face because, she keeps trying to prove to us that she's a nice person or a good person, and we know she's not. Even if they edited her to be a villain, she gave them so much material that she could only blame her damn self. Anyways, meanwhile, Alyssa paints an entirely different picture while meeting one of her girlfriends, saying that she tried connecting with Chris and he wouldn't approach her. You see how people just bold-faced ass lie? Just gaslighting, lying, just trying. I've been there where somebody just made up an entire story on me that never happened, and they told it so well to so many people that I'm like, damn, did I do that? Am I lying? Lord. And Alyssa's one of those damn people. Anyways, instead of dwelling too much, Alyssa claims she'll probably move to Texas and try her chances. And I've heard that everybody like, hell no, you can stay right where your dog face ass is at. Either way. Meanwhile, Katina has one of her pals over to her new apartment to discuss things in which they bring up Olajuwon's lap dance at the wedding. Okay, y'all, I told y'all Olajuwon was sexy as hell when he did that lap dance at the wedding, but I felt it was a little bit of clout chasing because now he done showed the whole country what he working with, at least body-wise. So if him and Katina didn't work out, he could have, people in his DM. That's what I thought was going on. Anyways, Katina says she doesn't mind it, but her friends bring up a red flag and the fact that Olajuwon has never dated a black woman before marrying her. Katina isn't concerned by this in the same way her friends appear to be, though. And I'm like over here, like I'm on my Cardi B. I'm like, that's strange. That's suspicious. It makes stuff make sense because he keep trying her to see if she would react the same way that the white girls have been, how calm they are supposedly. He was trying to see, he basically checking it, like doing almost a hypothesis. He want to keep trying her to see if the angry black woman gonna come out. And it did, but it did to defend you against Lindsey. So aren't you damn foolish? And then Katina, delusional ass, tell my son, oh, he's half Irish. And he shows in this world as a whole black man. When I saw him, I had no idea he was mixed until they showed that United Nations of family that was at his house. I was like, oh, okay, cool. You got a nice mix of family or whatever. And I'm like, so he looks like a whole black man. He even has the whole aesthetic, the tats. Nothing about him to me says he's mixed. I don't know. Maybe you see something I don't see, Katina. I don't know. You need to brush that heavy ass wig to the side and clear them eyes out and see you got a whole black man sitting there. Okay. I still love them. I'm clowning them today, but I love Katina and Olajuwon. And I think Olajuwon is going to be a good husband. Anyways, he claims that black women wouldn't date him. I was like, the devil is a liar and the truth ain't in you. You's a liar, Olajuwon. You's a liar. You look like all the F boys and sisters date. Mohawk and all hell. The first time I saw you, I said, this a dude my toxic ass would date. I would go after this dude knowing he ain't shit. You need to stop lying. You like white girls and that's okay. That's it. Nobody cares. But either way, Katina's gonna give him a chance. Honestly, guys, if it was me, I'd be very leery to date a black dude that has never dated a black woman before. I mean, I have a friend that actually did it and they're about to get married and he seems to be treating her very, very well. But I always in the back of your mind, you're wondering, like, am I what he's actually attracted to? Because people like what they like, right? They switch over to Mike and Jasmina getting food for their taco home housewarming, and Mike once again is slow ordering shrimp for the damn tacos, and I'm like, oh my god. Next, all right, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. All right. Oh, damn, we back with Chris and Alyssa, Lord. Okay, instead of offering up exciting updates about their marriage, Chris and Alyssa had to break the news of their divorce to their friends and family. Okay. Nobody's surprised. We're moving on. Sorry, I was making sure my notes like were flowing. Okay. Now we're with Jasmina, and she's with her close friend Sam, who has lots of experience with relationships, and she's suggesting that communication, no matter how trivial, is key. And Jasmina once again is complaining about tone, and I'm like, dude, Jasmina, you have resting B face, and your tone is always nasty. You're always correcting people, like you come off like a pissed off teacher. I don't know if you're a teacher. You might have said you were a teacher. Let me see if I remember. Y'all let me know in the comments. Jasmina notes that she was upset with Michael's lack of mentioning his female roommate and admits she needs to let it go to move forward. And the friend said something I would have said, and I said this in my previous reviews. Michael and Jasmina are the same person. Just like Chihuahua Face Alyssa and Yuck Mouth Chris look the same. Mike and Jasmina act the damn same. They both can never admit that they're wrong, and so they cannot stand each other for that exact reason. So now we're going to go with the couples inviting their friends over to their new apartments for housewarming parties. Excited as ever, Mark and Lindsey kick off the tradition by setting up a make-your-own pizza station and organizing games with their guests. And Marcus can't even have fun good because he's scared that Lindsey could pop off at any time. They need to suggest Lindsey go to AA, because if they got liquor at this party, it's gonna be on. Anyways, once the fun is out the way, the couple separate for some one-on-one time with their spouse's friends. And Lindsey asks Mark's friends about stress, and they say he doesn't typically bottle stuff in, and it's a bad sign if he does. And think about it, guys. That's definitely a red flag, because he basically lies to her and acts like everything is okay when he feels the way he does about her popping off, and he's just apologizing to other people ahead of time to make the train wreck not be as bad, but he's telling her everything is okay. All right. They also insinuate that Mark Ass might be a couch hopper, a hobosexual. I'm going to spell it so y'all don't say I said something crazy. A hobosexual, HOBOSEXUAL, someone who dates and smashes people to have a place to live. It makes sense that his ass was living in that goddamn attic with them bed bugs all tight. He might have been smashing that mother figure, and when he started acting up, went off and got married because he thought he found something else. That lady said, "Nope, you and your damn bed bugs gotta go." Anyway, Lindsey says she feels like Mark has always been an option and never anyone's choice. Ooh, that's a gut punch. That's a gut punch, y'all. If y'all want to hear about options, go to my dating video with Chat with TJ. Shameless plug again. As for Lindsey's friends, they offer tips to Mark about helping rein in some of Lindsey's overwhelming behavior. The fact that your friends know that you got to be reined in, that's insane. Anyways, over to Steve and Noi. They're cooking traditional dishes, and I'm like, oh, I love Asian food, boy. That thing was looking right. I was getting hungry and everything, but they're cooking for their guests. who has some interesting info to share. It turns out that they actually both gave each other journals as wedding gifts. So they have a lot of stuff in common, and they're super cute. They're usually a boring couple, but something's gonna come up. They ask if Sushi's gonna get siblings, and everybody knows that Noi wants 3 kids, and Steve is complaining that she has such a hard number. I'm not gonna keep going harping on that because they do. Anyway, Steve's pals try to reassure Noi that he has the job prospects if needed. So if you feel like he go get a job, must be nice. But it does little to soothe her concerns. Meanwhile, Noi's friends insist that due to her childhood in a refugee camp, growing up poor will do it to you, because I do not play about my money. She needs comfort of financial support, and they advise Steve to look for a permanent job, which probably ain't gonna happen, and that's probably gonna be their damn downfall. But anyway, back to Jasmina and Michael. They serve up tacos and margaritas to their guests, which includes Michael's sister, who tells Jasmina that he needs her because he needs a strong woman in his life. Y'all know I can't stand that strong woman trope. Black women are always expected to be strong. Why can't we be, weak sometimes so we can rest in our femininity, get a break? Like, I'm so sick of this shit, y'all. Y'all can hear it in my voice. Anyways, as for Jasmina's friends, they advise Michael to be patient with their pal. I really like that he goes out of his way to try to learn her. I appreciate Michael for that. Good job, my Haitian brother. And then I love that they were having fun at the party. Jasmina would just bust out with some flips. I'm like, okay, cheerleader. And Mike was being a sore loser because he was losing some of the games, but he still was having fun. So it was good to see them laughing instead of arguing. Jasmina finally says she likes Michael to his sister. I was like, everybody, that's like been a big debate on whether or not she actually likes him, because some of the body language, Bondi Blue, shout out to Bondi, said you could tell she likes him because when she sits to him, she makes sure that there's one body point of contact. So, and then other folks like Miss Janice, hey cousin, talks about how she probably doesn't like him because he's short, and it probably is not going to work out because they're Haitian and Jamaican. And if you're from the Caribbean, you know why she's saying what she's saying. But heads up, Miss Janice, down here in Florida, we getting married all the time. To the Yardies and the Zoes are getting married all the time. Believe me. And there's a lot of half Jamaican, half Haitian kids here. And same thing with Haitian and Dominican. And if you don't know the history, that's a stretch shoe, and that happens a lot here in Florida. So I love you, Miss Janice. I don't know how they do it up north, but around here we mixing and mingling. We mixing and mingling. She also realizes why they were matched, and she said she needs to get out of her head. And I'm like, finally. Anyways, we're at the housewarming for Katina and Olash. I call them 50 different things. And we find out that they're serving store-bought fried chicken. So after all that trash about her being in that damn kitchen, they had to go buy some chicken, but it looked good. And they had shots. It was my type of vibe. Still, the good times abound mostly, although there's some apprehension from Katina's friends that Olajuwon is her perfect match. They do not like him. Olajuwon and Katina's guests are surprised to hear that the couple hasn't consummated their relationship. They haven't smashed. And they think that he might not be attracted to her. I agree. I think so too. He thinks she's pretty, but he's never dated anyone like her. I hope it ain't some old shake and depthy shit. If you don't know what I'm talking about, please go over to my Love Is Blind review. And attraction is a big thing in picking a mate. It shouldn't be, especially as we get older, but it's a thing. All right. Following their party, Noi offers to make dinner for Steve. Basically, he asked her to make some noodles. She was supposed to make noodles. She wasn't watching them. They came out nasty. He came out, tried to fix it, and she got upset with him. Anyway, she doesn't react well and silently leaves the apartment with her dog Sushi. Steve tried to get a hold of her, but she won't answer his calls, texts, and she returns only basically more than a day later. I'd have been pissed. I was laughing because when they sat down, she put the dog in between, and she know damn well he hate that damn dog. So that was passive aggressive. Um, when he confronts her about her approach to the situation, she admits she could have handled things better. Because old girl did that damn subliminal post talking shit, and he was not here for it at all. So she was doing the most. She disappeared for a day, and then she put up a post, let his ass know that she felt some type of way. And he's upset that she shared their marriage issues on social media because his parents follow her and everything. Anyways, Noy defends that she was upset because she thinks his behavior was rude, but agrees that she'll handle it better in the future. And I noticed that Steve communicates very well. He lets you know exactly what the issue is, and he definitely held her accountable. So he's a very intelligent, good dude. So now we're at the bowling alley to share where Chris and Alyssa are supposed to share the news of their divorce. While the couples are waiting, Lindsey decided to let everybody know that Mark ate his first taco for the first time. Somebody lying. Mark thick. Somebody lying. I'm sure he ate a taco. He probably just told her that shit to make her feel good. Then they start talking about apartments, who leaves the toilet seat or up or down. And I can't stand that because, boy, the worst thing is when you fall in and you get a wet ass in this toilet water. That is the most horrible, horrible thing. And she actually interrupts Mark while he's talking and let everybody know she's a nurse and a safety officer. And it's like, bruh. And then she also started talking about that why she has to use poop spray. And I'm like, something's wrong with this damn lady. Anyways, Alyssa and Chris shows up to tell everyone about the divorce. Duh. And then Alyssa's crying. And I'm like, why is she crying, Lord? For what? And in the middle of their discussion, Lindsey interrupted and said she read somewhere you can't have intimacy without first having conflict. And everybody made a face when they first heard it, including me. I'm like, what is this lady rambling about? Because it sounded strange. But she decided she didn't like Katina making a face. So she came for Katina and asked Katina why she was rolling her eyes. And Katina said, you know not to talk to me, especially on camera. I was like, oh, Katina said, I've been waiting to put hands on that ass. You need to back it on up. So because the tensions begin to flare between Lindsey and Katina, Mark tries to, stop it because he doesn't support her behavior, right? And he's complaining that she just inflaming the situation, making it worse. And y'all, Lindsey kept calling her this woman. Lindsey has, I know they're in Boston, and Boston is known for some old racist ass shit. If you don't know, look at the history of Boston. That's the home of that shit. It's the home of New Edition. I'm a super fan, but it's also the home of damn racism. So, this woman always doing microaggressions. I can't stand this damn lady, man. Anyways, and then she started talking about being a team, and Lindsey said she's been a team through all his BS. And Mark Fazer just said it all. He knew she was right about to start being trash. She said she missed work and put on a hazmat suit just to help his ass. She said, call your mom and see if she'll let you in tonight. And Mark said, have another drink. So here we go, Laura said, white people fight. Mark was over it, so he was getting ready to leave, right? So they show Mark talking to Chris about the ordeal while Lindsey locks herself in the bathroom and complains to the producer about being done with Mark and his lack of appreciation for her. So that's the calm way to say that. But here go the real bullshit that happened. Drunk ass Lindsey goes off. She says that Mark is an idiot and not a strong man. She can't speak about anything right now. She's like, you can't speak about anything right now because your life is in freaking crisis. And I'm accepting you for all your flaws. Are you really? Since you're bringing them all up, you make $60,000 a year doing gym memberships. I'm like, dang, $60,000? Some people, we need to figure out what the hell he do. She's like, you make $60,000 a year doing gym memberships. You need to settle your ass down. I'm like, dang. So she done came for him being not strong, for his intelligence. She done talked about the man money and him going through tough things in life right now. And she's like, all right, little boy, let me show you a real bitch. Like, oh, Lord, a big badass bitch. And another producer goes in who's a woman trying to talk her out of the bathroom. And she's like, I hate my husband. And he's a big, pathetic loser. I'm all in until I'm all out. And when I'm out, you'll never get me back. I'm like, yo. Oh, my gosh. She ain't no damn prize, y'all. I'm sorry. And I'm wondering, this is probably why she got left on her wedding day. She probably got drunk and started talking trash. Then she turned around and attacked his manhood. The least you could do is make me come. I'm like, oh, shots fired. She's like, all I need is an orgasm. Sis, I understand how it is to be backed up. I get it. You be angry. I get it. But you ain't have to do all that. Dang, she cutting his ass. So she roasting that ass. All I can see is the meme when, like, get him. And they roasting that ass. It's like she is going a mile a minute. Then she says, he's all emotional, talking about he want to pull back. Don't nobody care about you wanting to pull back. That's why he has small balls. I'm like, oh no, not the balls. Lord have mercy. She can't hold water, y'all. He gonna freak out at the reunion, y'all. Like, this is not love. The Bible says love is kind, love is forgiving, it's not a keeper of wrongs, and this is none of this shit right here. Nothing is adding up. She's just selfish and nasty. I know God hates divorce, but I pray that once he sees this, that he divorces her, because he can't trust her and he cannot be safe with her emotionally. So that's how the episode ended. Thank you so much for going along for the ride. Like, share, comment, subscribe, check out some of my other videos. I'm talking cash shit on there too, but I love y'all anyway. I hope God gives you everything that you wish for and hope and dream for. Love who loves you. And until next time, my beautiful, beautiful people, the Sepia Scholar is